What's up, you guys? So in today's video, I'm going to be going over 10 designer fragrances that I picked up this year that I'm pretty excited about wearing when it gets to be fall or cool weather. So I don't have the bottles with me. They're all inside here. They're all inside my house here, which right by my house, as you can see. I don't have them on me out here because it's just a hassle carrying them out here, you know what I mean? But if you've been on my channel for a while now, you've seen me display these fragrances in quite a few amount of list videos, but also in their individual reviews. On that note, let's get into it. And number 10 on this list is going to be a fragrance that I have already been wearing. I just filmed my review of it. The main notes in this fragrance that I get are going to be chili pepper, fig, geranium, and patchouli. Those three notes combine to bring you KEDP, the 2020 release from Dolce & Gabbana. It's a bit different. It's not going to be your mainstream blue freshie. There are certain notes and nuances to it that really make it kind of give it a bit of oomph that I can see being very appropriate in the cooler weather months. Plus, the bottle looks kind of cool. It has a really nice little crown on top. But in terms of the performance versus, the EDT, this one, like I said, has a bit more oomph behind it, and the notes are just a bit more dense, almost too dense to wear in the warmer weather months, which is why I'm excited to give some wear in the cool weather. And number 9 on this list is going to be a flanker of a fragrance. Like most of the new releases from this year, most of the fragrances that were released this year are flankers. If they aren't niche, they're probably going to be a flanker. This one, though, is pretty nice. The opening is very bright and inviting, and very similar to other flankers that are in the line. With main notes of ginger, clary sage, and woody notes, you get Polo Red EDP. So the Polo Red Intense that I have, yes, it has great performance in terms of the opening and into dry down, but this EDP tends to last longer on my skin than that does. The opening is a bit more bright in the Intense versus the EDP, but the inviting opening kind of lingers a bit longer in the EDP than it does for me in the Intense, which is why I'm excited to give it some more wear come the cooler weather. Because just in my opinion, the Polo Red line is not meant to be something that's meant to be worn year round. Yeah, the ginger can be a bit bright, but the dry down these fragrances really shine for me in the cooler weather months. And one good thing for those of you that are fans of Polo, they do have certain fragrances that would do better in the warmer weather months and the colder weather months. Like, for example, I'm a big fan of Polo Black and Double Black. I don't own them, but just from trying them out in the past, they are two that I would, almost prefer over wearing the Polo Red. But today's video is just gonna be going over what I own. And again, you guys, that was Polo Red EDP. And number 8 on this list is gonna be one of the most disappointing releases from this year for me, in terms of being a summer fragrance that, I thought I was gonna reach for more often. Bvlgari Glacial Essence. Which, guys, like I said, it just didn't really do it for me this past, spring or summer, or this past year, really. I don't think I woke up one day where I, really wanted to wear it. But the cool thing about being down here in Georgia is that some days in the fall and winter, it gets hot. And this fall, I'm gonna kind of dedicate the days where I don't want to wear the warm weather cashmere, tonka bean kind of fragrances. I'm gonna kind of set aside some fragrances that I don't wear that often. And one of them is gonna be Bvlgari Glacial Essence, because it is nice. It doesn't smell like a high-end designer, in my opinion. It doesn't have that nice quality to it, really. In my opinion, it is a lower tier fragrance. But before I write it off as one that I don't like, or I review it and say I don't like it, I do want to give it some more wear. And guys, again, number 8 was Bvlgari Glacial Essence. Now number 7 is going to be the fragrance that I'm going to wear out when I go to a bar, to a club, or whatever. Once all this stuff kind of clears out somewhat, so that we can go out and go have fun with our friends and stuff. This is going to be a fragrance that I'm going to wear on that occasion. It is the flanker to the all-star club designer fragrance that has been put out years back. Versace Eros Flame. Now for me, this fragrance really projects. It's loud, it's sweet, and it just reaches people that are around you. It creates a very nice scent bubble that's around you. So I can see it being very nice in close encounter scents, as well as being in a large room. It is one that I'm gonna have to be pretty careful on the trigger here. It's not gonna be one that I can put on 7 sprays of and think I'm just gonna go about my day and have no one be like, you're wearing too much cologne. Because that is one that will do that. And guys, again, number 7 was Versace Eros Flame. And guys, number 6 on this list is gonna be a very unique designer fragrance. It's one of the best selling from the house that released it. It gives off such a different kind of vibe to it, which is why I can see myself gravitating towards it coming the fall or the colder weather months. Because the notes that are in it really lean towards cooler weather kind of notes. Tom Ford Noir Extreme. Like I said, very unique. It is a flanker to the original Tom Ford Noir, which I have smelled. I can't really recall how it smelled though, so I can't really say if it's better than the Tom Ford, the actual Noir. But it is different. It is a fragrance that will set you apart from someone who is sitting next to you. It doesn't really have the compliment factor that's there like the other fragrances that might be on this list. And even the sweet note that is in there, it is not quite like how you think it would be. But it smells okay. It's just different. I don't know how else to word it. It's like sweet, but like it's like a dirty sweet in a way, if that makes sense. Nonetheless, I still do look forward to wearing it. And number 6 on this list is gonna be one of the more masculine fragrances that I plan on wearing in the fall and the colder weather months. It is also one of the better performing fragrances that I have in my collection. On top of being a great performing fragrance, it also has a plethora of notes in this fragrance that all blend and work very well together. The notes in this fragrance are a bit barbershoppy, but not so barbershoppy that you're gonna think of old man smell with this. It is one that I wore pretty heavily last year and really enjoyed it. The lavender, the pear, the oud, all comes together very nicely and creates that is Zahav signature pour homme. This is gonna be a fragrance that I'm gonna wear on like paydays, days where I'm like, you know, confidence is through the roof, I'm just feeling good, it's a good day. This is the kind of scent that you wanna reach for. And if you're having a bad day, put this on and make your day better. No joke, I swear, I'm not just saying that about this fragrance, it really is that good to me. Soon I will be getting the Noir and the Royale, and I can see those kind of alternating in terms of wear with the original. But guys, again, that was the Zahav signature pour homme. Now next we're gonna go into a fragrance that I'm gonna wear pretty heavily this month, in the month of October, just because, you know, I want to. And it's like the only month where wearing this is kind of appropriate, I guess. Like there's like one day in the year where you want to wear this. This fragrance has some pretty interesting notes in it. You have vanilla, iris, and daiquiri, which is interesting to me. But those are the 3 main notes in Halloween Man Shot. You guys kind of guess what day I plan on wearing it. Gonna get spooky. Now number 3 on this list is gonna be one of my most recently picked up fragrances. Not one of the newest that's been released, but one of my newest pickups. And one of the highest quality designer fragrances that I have. With notes of lemon, vanilla, and pepper. Number 3 is gonna be Chanel Allure Homme Edition Blanche. I don't have much to say about this fragrance just yet because I did just pick it up. It's something that I see being worn on like holidays. Not necessarily like Christmas necessarily or Thanksgiving, just like it's like a holiday scent to it, you know? Just very warm and comforting and, you know, pretty inviting. And I honestly have no doubt that it's gonna perform pretty well. And guys, again, number 3 was Chanel Allure Homme Edition Blanche. And now number 2 was one that I kind of, you know, I set aside. I kind of figured that when it cools down, it's gonna be one that is gonna be, I think, okay to wear. And it has a certain quality to it that is just higher than the other that are in the line. It almost reminds me of like a niche fragrance, which I know that because it's niche doesn't mean anything about quality, but for this, it has a higher quality scent than the others that are in the line. With notes like cardamom, leather, and cashmere, you get Dolce & Gabbana The One Intense, which I feel like the flankers in this line kind of get forgotten about. Like legit, you have the One Sport, the One Gray, you have the One Royal Nights. I'm probably missing some, but they just kind of get released and then forgotten about. Either way, I'm kind of excited to come back and revisit that fragrance, especially on nights where I'm going out, you know, to a nice dinner. Not something that I'm gonna really want to wear to work. I could, but it seems much more of like a formal kind of scent. And again, you guys, that was Dolce & Gabbana The One Intense. And guys, the number 1 fragrance that I'm looking forward to wearing is gonna be a tobacco-based fragrance. It's one that I've really enjoyed since I picked it up a couple weeks ago. With notes of cinnamon, tobacco, and tonka bean, you get 1 million Prive, which so far has smelled great for me. It's projected, it's lasted. It hasn't been super warm here, so it's been kind of decent to wear. And I haven't had any kind of cloying issues with it, which is exciting because I've had some major issues with, you know, fragrances being too sweet in the warm weather here, which unlike the 1 million Lucky that I had in the past, that was just a bit too sweet for me. It's just a bit too much. Which if you're more into sweet fragrances, the 1 million Lucky is gonna be one that you're gonna want to reach for. But I'm more excited to be wearing the tobacco-based fragrances come this fall. And I just want to say thank you for watching this far in this video. If you have, please do not forget me a thumbs up down below and maybe even a comment. But guys, thank you for joining me watching this video. Guys, like I always say, keep it gent, love your scent, and I will see you all next time.